Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing great today. Let me ask you a question before we begin. Have you ever met someone unexpectedly, accidentally hit something while driving, or wasted time doing unimportant activities instead of focusing on your work? If yes, then you have already experienced the meanings of today's phrasal verbs without even realizing it. In today's lecture, we are going to learn 3 very important English phrasal verbs. These phrasal verbs are run into, run over, and run around. These expressions are extremely common in daily English conversations, movies, books, news reports, and even business communication. Native speakers use them naturally all the time. If you truly want to sound fluent and confident in English, you must understand not only their meanings but also how and when to use them correctly. We will discuss each phrasal verb in detail. We will understand the meanings, different situations where they are used, common mistakes, and practical examples. I will also give you 5 examples for each phrasal verb so you can clearly understand how they work in real life. So stay focused because by the end of this lecture, you will be able to use these phrasal verbs naturally and confidently in your English speaking and writing. Let us begin with the first phrasal verb. Run into. The phrasal verb run into has more than one meaning, but the most common meaning is to meet someone unexpectedly or by chance. It is used when you suddenly see someone without planning to meet them. For example, imagine you go to the market to buy vegetables and suddenly you see your old school friend there. You did not plan the meeting. It happened accidentally. In that situation, you can say, I ran into my old friend at the market. This phrasal verb is very common in spoken English because unexpected meetings happen frequently in life. Another meaning of run into is to face or experience a problem or difficulty. For example, during work or travel, we sometimes experience unexpected problems. In those situations, we also use run into. For example, we ran into technical problems during the presentation. Now let us understand both meanings more deeply. First meaning of run into. To meet someone unexpectedly. This meaning is friendly, casual, and commonly used in conversations. Examples. I ran into my teacher at the shopping mall yesterday. She ran into her cousin while traveling to Lahore. We ran into an old neighbor at the airport. He ran into his childhood friend after many years. They ran into each other at a wedding ceremony. Notice something important here. These meetings were not planned. That is why we use run into. Now let us look at the second meaning. Second meaning of run into. To face problems or difficulties. Life is full of challenges. Sometimes projects fail, machines stop working, or plans become difficult. In these situations, run into is also used. Examples. The company ran into financial problems last year. We ran into traffic on our way to the meeting. She ran into difficulties while completing the assignment. The travelers ran into bad weather during the journey. He ran into trouble because he ignored the rules. Now let us discuss an important grammar point. Run into is usually followed by a noun or pronoun. For example, run into a friend, run into problems, run into traffic, run into difficulties. Do not say, run into to someone. That is incorrect. Simply say, run into someone. Now let us move to our second phrasal verb. Run over. Run over is another very common phrasal verb with multiple meanings. The first and most common meaning is when a vehicle hits and passes over a person, animal, or object. This meaning is often connected to accidents. For example, a car ran over a dog on the road. This means the vehicle struck the dog and moved over it. Now this phrasal verb can sound serious because road accidents are serious situations. You will often hear this expression in news reports or conversations about accidents. Examples: the truck accidentally ran over a bicycle. A careless driver nearly ran over the pedestrian. The cat was almost run over by a speeding car. The motorcycle ran over a broken piece of glass. The driver apologized after running over the child's toy. Now let us discuss another meaning of run over. Second meaning of run over: to review or explain something quickly. This meaning is very common in offices, schools, and meetings. Imagine your teacher quickly explains the main points before an exam. That is called running over something. For example, let us run over the notes before the test. This means let us review them quickly. Examples: the manager ran over the schedule before the meeting started. Can we run over the presentation one more time? She quickly ran over the instructions before leaving. The teacher ran over the important questions for the exam. He ran over the report before submitting it. Now there is also another meaning of run over. Third meaning of run over: to exceed time. This is commonly used when meetings, speeches, or programs continue longer than planned. For example, the meeting ran over by 30 minutes. This means the meeting took extra time. Examples: the class ran over because students asked many questions. Our discussion ran over the scheduled time. The event ran over due to technical issues. His speech ran over by 10 minutes. The interview ran over because the conversation became interesting. Now let us discuss a common mistake. Many learners confuse run over and run into because both can involve movement or accidents. But remember this clearly. Run into usually means collide with something or meet unexpectedly. Run over usually means pass over something with a vehicle or quickly review something. Now let us move to the third phrasal verb of today's lecture. Run around. Run around is an interesting phrasal verb because it has both literal and idiomatic meanings. The literal meaning is to move from one place to another in a busy or active way. For example, the children were running around the park. This simply means they were moving actively in different directions. Examples: the kids ran around the playground all afternoon. She spent the whole day running around the city. The dog was running around the garden happily. Workers were running around preparing for the event. He ran around looking for his missing phone. Now let us discuss the more important idiomatic meaning. Second meaning of run around: to waste someone's time or avoid giving a direct answer. This meaning is very common in customer service situations or frustrating experiences. Imagine you call a company for help, but they transfer you from one department to another without solving your problem. That is called giving someone the runaround. For example, the customer service team gave me the runaround. Quote: this means they wasted your time and avoided helping properly. Examples: the office staff gave me the runaround for 2 weeks. I am tired of getting the runaround from the company. They kept running me around instead of solving the issue. Customers hate businesses that give them the runaround. The government departments gave him the runaround. Now let us understand an important difference. Run around as a literal activity is usually physical movement. Giving someone the runaround is an idiomatic expression related to frustration, delays, and wasting time. This difference is extremely important for understanding native English conversations. Now let us compare all three phrasal verbs together so you can remember them more easily. Run into usually means meeting unexpectedly or facing problems. Run over usually means hitting something with a vehicle, reviewing quickly, or exceeding time. Run around usually means moving busily from place to place or wasting someone's time. Now let us do a quick practical comparison. Imagine this situation. You are going to an office for an interview. On the way, you unexpectedly meet your old friend. You can say, "I ran into my old friend on the way." Then your meeting continues longer than expected. You can say, "The interview ran over by 20 minutes. After that, the office staff keeps sending you from one desk to another without helping you." You can say, "They gave me the runaround." See how naturally these phrasal verbs fit into real-life situations. Now let us discuss some advanced usage tips. Tip number 1. These phrasal verbs are informal and conversational. They are excellent for spoken English, storytelling, interviews, and daily communication. Tip number 2. Context changes meaning. For example, run over can mean review something or hit something with a vehicle. You must understand the situation carefully. Tip number 3. Phrasal verbs are extremely common in English because they make communication sound natural and native-like. Instead of always using formal vocabulary, learning phrasal verbs will make your English more realistic and expressive. Now let us do a quick revision. Run into. To meet unexpectedly or experience difficulties. Example. I ran into my cousin at the train station. Run over. To hit something with a vehicle, review quickly, or exceed time. Example. Let us run over the notes before the exam. Run around. To move busily or waste someone's time. Example. The company gave customers the runaround. Now let us practice a small speaking exercise together. Repeat after me. I ran into my friend yesterday. The meeting ran over by 15 minutes. The office gave me the runaround. Excellent. The more you repeat these sentences aloud, the more natural your English will become. Before ending today's lecture, remember one important thing. Learning phrasal verbs is not just about memorizing meanings. It is about understanding real situations and practicing regularly. Try using these phrasal verbs in your daily conversations, your writing, or even while thinking in English. The more you use them, the stronger your fluency will become. Today we learned 3 very useful phrasal verbs: run into, run over, and run around. We discussed their meanings, uses, grammar patterns, real-life situations, and practical examples. These phrasal verbs are essential for everyday English communication and can make your spoken English sound much more natural and confident. Thank you so much for watching and learning with me today. Keep practicing, keep improving, and keep speaking English with confidence. See you in the next lecture with more powerful English vocabulary and phrasal verbs. Take care and have a wonderful day.